Greetings and welcome to Sinclair. My name is Jim. I'm a behavioral health therapist here at Sinclair, and today I'm accompanied by two of my colleagues.
Rebecca
Who
Thomas,
is,
and I'm a PA student.
And I'm Jill Gross. I'm also a PA student.
and we certainly appreciate everybody tuning in for the broadcast today. And as PA students, and as becoming a PA in the future, you're going to be dealing with all aspects of various types of disease, I would assume. And what is a disease but when things are out of balance? Things are out of balance. So when individuals come to Sinclair, do you believe that their life is in balance?
Not for the most part. That's why a lot of people are here, to be able to find that balance.
And what are you finding with folks that come here, Jill? What do you find one of the common presentations are?
They're overwhelmed.
Overwhelmed.
Yeah.
With?
Different things depending on who it is, but sometimes it's work and sometimes it's their family or just parts of their everyday life, sleeplessness.
Well, in your own life, Rebecca, I know that PA school is a grueling affair, well worth the effort. However, tell me if things ever get out of balance in your own life.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I know I had a hard time being able to balance between sleep and studying and exercise, or just eating right in general. I found myself having a hard time preparing meals that were healthy for me, and it was just hard in general.
So we're talking about having a balance of mind, body, and spirit, and what we take here at Sinclair is a holistic mind, body, spirit approach to the individual. Jill, when things are a little out of balance in your own life, tell me how you feel. Tell me some things that go on.
I get anxious. I overeat. I eat foods that aren't good for me, like Rebecca mentioned. I'm irritable and cranky and just not in a good place.
So you may describe yourself as restless, irritable, and discontent. When things are out of balance, do you get much done?
No, not the way that you can when it's manageable.
Well, sure. So you young ladies had prepared a nice flyer today talking about balance in life. And for those of you who may be familiar with the Buddha talks about finding the middle path, which is what we help people here. And what that also involves, Rebecca, is helping people take the choices back, take their choices back into their life in order to find that balance. So where would you begin at, Jill? What would you suggest to folks? Where would you try to help folks find that middle path?
Well, in the flyer that we made, we broke it down into balancing work, balancing fun, and balancing sleep, because those are sort of three main areas that are easy or at least important to work on.
And how is this balancing act? I imagine there's many people out there who view their life as a balancing act, a juggling act, which perhaps isn't going very well. Did you ever feel like you dropped one of the balls, Jill? Rebecca?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
You bet. And sometimes when we bend over to pick up that other ball, the other ones fall on the floor. So, and how are we going to do this type of balancing act? If we can consider each individual as a garden, each individual is their own garden, and providing yourself with the proper soil, providing yourself with the proper nutrition, providing yourself with the proper sunshine, providing yourself with the rain, providing yourself with the love. Would you tell me what type of a garden you'd have if you didn't provide all those things?
A dead one.
A dead one. One that was sick, one that was kind of out of balance. So in people's life, what we help them assist in understanding that they do have choices in their life and they can take their choices back. And one of the things that we could assist folks in is perhaps planting a few more flowers and pulling a few more weeds. pulling a few more leads. So let's go. How about balancing work? How would you say you prepared some suggestions for today, Joe?
Sure. So first we have building downtime into your schedule. So that means even if you just take 5 or 10 minutes to yourself to eat and to make sure that you have some time to focus on just yourself, being mindful, that's important. And to drop activities at work that suck up your time or energy. By that, I was thinking mostly like gossip, stuff that isn't productive or beneficial to you. Rethinking your errands. So this can be outside of work too, if that means outsourcing having your lawn mowed to a neighborhood kid, or trading errands with your friends, stuff like that. And to exercise outside of work, and to remember that a little relaxation goes a long way.
You bet. Nothing like fun.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the DBT skills that we attempt to help folks incorporate in their life here is one thing mindfully at a time. One of the qualifications that most companies seem to have today is multitasking. I've seen people write it on their resumes. Well, let me ask you, Rebecca, how many things can you do well at once?
Just one. Only one.
How often do you attempt to multitask?
All the time.
All the time, sure. And what does multitasking lead to? To anxiety,
Mm-hmm.
depression, worry, those lists. Perhaps some of you out there are list makers. Perhaps you could ask yourself, how many times do I go over that list a day? How many times do I make subtractions? How many times do I make deletions? How often does it keep you? We can also translate those into racing thoughts. How often do those keep you awake at night? How often do those prevent you from going to sleep? And sleep's one of the main issues that, of course, that we deal with here, Rebecca.
Mm-hmm.
So how would you suggest a person begin to balance some sleep in their life?
Just going off of our sheet that we made, one suggestion would be to try to maintain a regular bedtime and waking time, which could be very difficult whenever you have different schedules for work. But trying to maintain that as best as you can would be good. Avoid napping, because if you do take a nap throughout the day, it may be harder to go to sleep at night. Keep the bedroom environment cool, quiet, and dark. Again, all of those things promote sleep. Do not drink caffeinated beverages. Again, they'll just keep you up at night, as well as heavy meals. It'll keep you up at night. Try to avoid TVs or computers, because those things could be very, they could keep you up at night, and just it wouldn't be good. And do something relaxing and enjoyable before going to sleep. So maybe try reading a book. So that's my tips for everything.
And what you're talking about is some sleep hygiene.
Mm-hmm, exactly.
And we ask people to incorporate all these at once. Small changes lead to big ones. If we can improve things that much, when we're always looking for that much. One of the things that you were talking about is the televisions and the computer, and one of the things we deal with people is that human beings are hardwired since dust, that, and it's melatonin that regulates this, made by the pineal gland in your brain. We're regulated to, when it's light out, we're to stay awake, and when it's dark, we go to sleep. We're hardwired to know it's time to rest, and that's why when you see children have much melatonin. Have you ever heard "Dead to the world sleeps like a rock for a little one"? Well, as we get older, the pineal gland shrinks and the melatonin less. So what do we do? What do most people do in the evening? What do they sit in front of?
A TV.
Or a computer screen.
Yeah.
And what is that throwing at them? Light, which is confusing their brain. So we're basically what we're trying to assist people and help them understand is that our lives can be very simple. We're just very, very good at complicating them. How good are you out there at complicating your life? I know that we are here. Well, we can do that very well. Well, how about fun? That's one of the main prescriptions that we write here.
Sure. You can even if you're really busy, got a lot going on, you can still schedule block time to enjoy yourself, do what you want to do. And with that, to think and to take time for yourself. And then other ideas that we had would include going for a walk, hiking, listening to music, bubble baths, reading, singing or dancing, painting, drawing, artistic stuff, talking to your friends or your family, learning something new, going to see a movie, cooking, baking, whatever you like to do though.
And one of the things that we ask people to do, a lot of people have savings accounts. They invest money in a bank. They maybe buy stocks. How many of you folks out there? How many of us are investing in themselves? And we're investing in ourselves through developing our mind, developing our spirit, and developing our body. And we stand ready at Sinclair, offering many possible lifestyle enhancements to individuals. We suggest that you check out our website, www.sinclair.com, for any possibilities that we may provide for you. Anything else today, Jill?
I don't know.
Okay, that's a good answer. That's a good answer. How about you? How about you, Rebecca?
No, maybe just take little bits at a time, you know, just try to have a little bit of space and just take time to think, and yeah, that's about it.
And what you're saying is, rather than try to get frustrated and
Mhm.
anxious about trying to move the whole mountain,
Mhm.
one stone would be a start.
Exactly.
Great. Can you hear that?
To continue the conversation, please like us on Facebook, plus us on Google Plus, or follow us on Twitter under Sinclair Life, and keep an eye on any of these for our next live recording on Mondays around noon to ask your own questions. You could also find this and other grand rounds on youtube.com/Sinclair Video, and find audio versions on iTunes, Stitcher, and iHeartRadio. And please visit www.sinclair.com for more about us and other articles on our great blog.
And for Dr. Chaudre, Jill, Rebecca, and myself, we ask you to be good to yourself.